Bro, this movement.
So
This movement.
this damage. It's not fair. Why is Ryu at 117 already? Why?
Can we just talk about
Despite Glory having a reflector.
Ooh, sending Pitch straight to the clinic with that clap. I guess Verge's idea was to try and close the distance, but oh my goodness, everybody was surprised. Look at the player cams.
That ran.
How's it going, everyone? It's your boy Nate, aka sora893, and welcome to the first episode of Smash Talk, where everyone's dreams turn into reality. My first guest happens to be one of my very good friends and offline training partners. He faced me at Xanadu Homecoming on the month of August, the day we have met during the Road to Glitch region, and at UMD Stampede 2023. After that, he wanted to try out doing play-by-play for SSBU, and now he has been killing it on the mic throughout the season. Please welcome to the booth, Commentator, Content Creator, and my SSBU Training Partner, Raphael, aka Just Raph. Just Raph, how's it going, man? Welcome
what's
to
going on?
Smash Talk. Just please state your name to everybody and how you doing.
My Smash main is Captain Falcon as of right now. I'm trying to work on some new characters like Roy and Min Min, and I'm doing great. Just got back from a workout. That's why I was running late. And yeah, man, it's what's today? Wednesday, Thursday. It's a great day.
Thank you so much for being here. But here's another question that I have to give you. Let's go back to the 2000 era,
Okay.
back to where we're like kids and teenagers before you started competing and commentating in Smash. Are there any like other video games that you just did before that?
Competitively, no, but there were some games that I was super into as a kid. Um, Middle school, I played RuneScape. Um, High school, I got really into Halo 3 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1. Borderlands was a good one. And then I kind of just hopped around from games from there. And then I think I got really into 2K, like NBA 2K as an adult, and then kind of fell off that and then rediscovered Smash in 2022 and been playing it ever since.
And I've been doing like a lot in the past. Like I've been playing Wave Race, I've been playing
Yeah.
I've been playing like Super Mario Sunshine back in the days. Um during and I think what gets into mind, it's like Kingdom Hearts, one of my favorite series so
Yeah.
far. I mean, that was back in my middle school days when I was like in 13, when I was like 13 years old. I mean, it was
Mhm.
like the vanilla version of the game. And that's what like started me becoming a content creator as well, because
Mhm.
that's what happened when I was like I think around high school days, I usually started as a content creator, but I didn't even know. Here's another question that I have for you. When you started competing in 2022, from what I can remember, we faced each other at Homecoming when Zardan was already still alive.
Mhm.
And that was during the Road to Glitch region.
Correct.
Um, ha and that's and let's say Glitch regions happened during my birthday month.
Okay.
That was the day after Super Smash Con before it became Supernova.
Mhm.
Can you tell me, can you tell the peeps how that evolved to us becoming training partners?
Um, hmm. I don't remember. I do remember playing you at a homecoming. That was the first time I met you. And then I think we may have ran friendlies afterwards. It was such a long time ago, so it's kind of hard to remember. But I just remember I would see you around the more times I showed up, and then we would just eventually, keep running friendlies over and over and over to the point where we became friends. And then yeah. It just kind of happened organically like that. And then when you used to stream in the mornings, because I work overnight, I would get off work and then I would see that you're on the game, you know, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, oh, cool. So I'd hop in your online lobbies with you and run some games with you. So I
Mm.
think that's how we became. I don't think we actually sat down and been like, hey, we are training partners. I think it just happened naturally, you know?
Just to let you know, we do have a Twitch. If you haven't even seen us already, doing like some crazy action and stuff. Twitch.tv/sora893 or just Rec TV. Go ahead and follow us to there if you haven't already. Here's the next question. You decided to become a commentary or to do commentary for SSBU, and back at Xanadu, it was open mic before top eight started.
Mhm.
And you were on the mic for the first time. What decided to make that decision, and how did that evolve throughout the years?
So my decision, like what made me want to start commentary is when I would watch like major events and stuff and I see TKEE, Coney, last oh man, I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, I would see other top commentators and I would just be so entertained at them and how they conducted themselves on the microphone. So it kind of made me want to do it, especially because like I would go to a Xanadu, I would go 0-2, be knocked out of the bracket, and just kind of have nothing to do until redemption bracket started. So that's also what kind of pushed me into it because I'm like, I still want to be involved in the game somehow, some way. And I just kind of got up there one time and just talked and didn't really have a direction of, how to handle myself on the mic, but I just kind of, talked and just kind of messed around and then um an Arcadian, I don't remember exactly which Arcadian, but an Arcadian popped up and they had, hey, apply if you want to do commentary, da 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 da. So I applied and I just so happened to get top eight for the first time I've ever done. I applied for commentary, and then people started telling me like, yeah, your commentary is pretty good. So I decided to take it seriously. And then that's how I met my friend, Mr. Patch, who's my static commentary partner. I don't even remember when the first time me and him worked together, but it was so natural, me and him. We just were like glue, right? And then one day we decided to travel to a tournament that was like, a pretty good drive away. Again, I don't remember the first one. And eventually yeah, it kind of happened like how me and you became friends. Like we never really said, hey, we're gonna be partners. It just naturally happened. And
Mm,
then last summer, maybe 2 summers ago at this point,
mm.
we got hired for a commentary slot in Tennessee. And then that's when I was like, oh, we could really do this. And then me and Mr. Patch have just yeah, man, we've just been locked in together. We do everything together.
You and Mr. Pat, you, I seem like a big bond for you two, because you've been doing like a lot
Hmm.
around those days, and definitely Noah TF. Yeah, Noah TF is also one of the best commentators in MDVA.
Hmm.
And also he's been doing like a lot of pictures going around. I'm taking a lot of photos, including myself. Good thing I still got that picture on my phone. How many years have we been doing like commentating actually?
Um, I think this January is going to be my third year. I have to look at my calendar because I have all this written down. But off the top of my head, I want to say January will be my third year of doing commentary.
Man, 3 years in commentating. That is, dude, what a milestone you have. Let's take it back to UMD Stampede. Did you do like any commentary there?
Um, I've done it, but not in like an official capacity. Like they kind of do open mic. Um, Actually, no, the Stampede. I don't know if that was open mic because I never actually gone to a Stampede. I've just gone to their locals, their weeklies.
Hmm.
So the monthly, I've never gone to that. So technically, I've never done commentary for the UMD Stampede. But I used to go there a lot when my Fridays were free, and sometimes I would hop on the mic because I would bring my setup and people would be using it, and I don't want to take it while they're playing. So Yeah, so I've done commentary there, but I don't think I've done it in an official capacity yet.
When you started doing, I mean, you did start doing Stampede when we were facing each other before. That was
Mhm.
like around 2023, I believe. And it was not at a and I think it was not at a food court, but it was at another place at the I think it has to be at like um is it the Union station, I think? I don't know. It's not Union Station is in DC, but if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Union Station's in DC. Um, I don't remember. See, things happen so long ago.
Mhm.
It's hard to keep track of things.
And when you started going into the big leagues as Tennessee, when you got that big opportunity, how long is it from you to reach from MDVA to Tennessee all the way there?
I want to say it was an 8 hour drive, but I could be. I'd have to look it up. It was a long drive. Put it that way. Um, yeah, me, Mr. Patch, and then another player named CPU1 who's not a commentator, but that's Mr. Patch's college friend. The three of us, got in his car and drove down there. And if it's not 8 hours, it's six. Um, like I said, I have to look it up, but it was a good distance, and sitting in that car, and we tried to make as minimal stops as we could so we can make time, and we got there, and it was a pretty good time. It was Tennessee is a cool place. I wish I had a little bit more time to spend there. Um, but yeah, it was cool. I definitely enjoyed that trip.
I wish I was here with you. I
Yeah.
was, I mean, I was like busy with stuff, other things around here. And also, we gotta talk about st meeting grounds. The first monthly that Maddie just already hosted. You commentated on that place as well. And you started like the venue and all that stuff. And how does it feel being a commentator for that event?
Yeah, so Meeting Grounds is, yeah, like you said, it's ran by Madison Turner. Awesome TO, Diddy Kong player. She's amazing. The venue is it's got great parking. It's the idea of Meeting Grounds is supposed to be in the middle of all of MDVA. And I'm sure if you do some measurements, it's not exact, but it's pretty in the middle. And yeah, it's such a cool venue. And being the first commentator, I think my commentary partner was C Splash. We were the first two to do top eight there for the first Meeting Grounds. They're about to have their third or fourth one this Saturday. And yeah, that venue is so awesome because they got the dual setup, the dual monitor setups, which is so cool. And also, they serve free burgers and hot dogs, which is unheard of. So, if you spend all your money trying to get into the venue and you don't have enough for, to refuel and get some food, they got you covered with those burgers and hot dogs.
Those burgers and hot dogs, I thought for a second they were like expensive, to be honest.
Maybe for them, but I mean for the players, it was free.
Man, I gotta say, kudos to Maddie for hosting that event. Now, are there any like advice to everyone who wants to become Smash commentators for next generation to come?
Any advice? Man, there's a lot, but I guess the number one advice I would give you is just get up there and just start talking, right? Um, get like once you get over that initial fear of like, oh, I'm afraid to be on the mic, I don't want to say anything incorrect, da 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 da. Once you get past that fear, which is a big hump, um, yeah, just get up there and talk. Don't look at chat, just talk and get comfortable, speaking, find your voice, things like that. And then there's other advices once you're like kind of you got your feet wet. Things like try to stay on topic. Um, talk about the characters or the players on screen. Try not to talk about yourself. Look into the camera when the camera flips back to the commentators. Don't be like talking like this because I still do that a lot too. But I would be looking at the screen and the camera's looking at me, and now it looks like I'm just talking to nothing. You need to be talking to the camera like you're talking to a person. And then yeah, things like that, and try not to interrupt your commentator. But little things like that. Things like that.
There's like a lot of commentators that happens to do a lot of things. You've got babyface commentators, you got heel commentators.
Mhm.
Is there like one of your favorite type of commentators that you can think of from like besides wrestling and all that stuff?
Um, like for a different sport or something.
Like for a different sport.
Uh, I'm a basketball guy, so my favorite is basketball commentators. I love listening to that. I do love listening to other esports commentators. Um, I'm slowly like watching Tekken and Street Fighter. I have no idea what's going on in those games, but the commentators are doing such a good job of filling in. They're saying casual things for the casual guy to understand, and then they're also saying things for the deep the players that are deep in it to understand. So that's a you want to go back to advice. That's another advice. You want to bounce between casual and like deep rooted knowledge. So but yeah, I guess my favorite commentary is like basketball, UFC, things like that. You said wrestling. I do like wrestling commentary. Um, yeah, things like that.
One more thing that I had to give you before we bounce. What can they find where they can find you from there?
Social media wise,
Yeah, social media wise.
yeah, my Twitter is justraf568 at twitter.com or whatever it is. I have a TikTok, but I don't really use it. I need to get on that. I don't even remember what the name is. Um, I don't really use Blue Sky either, but if you want to get in touch with me, yeah, Twitter is the big one. Just send me a follow, justraf568, JUSTRAF568, and then follow me, send me a DM. I'll respond to you as soon as I can. Um, yeah, or on Twitch, Just Raps TV on Twitch, and that's probably the best way to get in touch with me.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, bro.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for watching and listening to this interview with Raphael R, aka Just Rap. I had a blast talking with my fellow training partner, and I hope you did as well. Don't forget to subscribe to wherever you get your podcast so you won't miss a single episode of Smash Talk. Until then, it's your boy Nate, aka sora893, signing off. Have a blessed day, and remember to make your dreams come to reality.